Who can forget these images from 2013? The Calgary Zoo, which is surrounded by the Bow River, just swamped by the high flood waters in that devastating flood event. Calgary Zoo flood look back. It's been 5 years. There is a documentary that is debuting this Sunday called Alberta Floods, Rogue Earth on Discovery Canada. And yeah, it's a look back 5 years later. Good morning. Thank you so much for watching Breakfast Television on City TV. Colleen Baird, General Curator of the Calgary Zoo. And I had to remind myself, Colleen, because it's been 5 years since we discussed this. You were there start to finish. From when the waters started to rise to when they disappeared, and of course all the repairing after, right?
Yeah, it was quite the deal. And you didn't know that, of course. You know, people, we got an alert saying water's coming, and you just couldn't really fathom what that looked like. And then it came, and then you were like emergency mode and sleeping at the zoo, and day by day.
Day by day. Okay, I remember covering in the news when we had the first images out of like Canmore, Banff, of the high Bow River there, and then that's probably when the alerts came out saying all that water's coming our way. Is that when you guys started to jump into action? Or?
Yeah, it was about, mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
And then we were given the information, and then we started coming up with a plan, and we started getting stuff ready to start moving animals. At first it was like, oh, it's just a small flood, but then it was, no, this is going to be big.
Yeah, and animals, I remember the hippos were a big concern, the giraffes, there's video of giraffes standing in water, and of course then you look at the tiger enclosure too, because those obviously, if they got out, it's much different than a giraffe getting out, right?
Yeah.
What plans? Like, what did you have to do?
We moved a bunch of animals, so we got a bunch of crates, and our veterinary team came and we anesthetized all of the dangerous cats, lions, tigers, snow leopards, and moved them to our animal hospital, which is much higher elevation and sort of outside of the zoo. And then the little critters we also packed up and moved, and the big guys like the elephants, like the giraffe, like the hippo, we did the best we could, prepped them for the night, and sort of hunkered down. And then in the morning when you were like, whoa, this is big.
The documentary, I know it includes video that we haven't seen before, video shot by people like yourself on iPhones, that type of thing. And is there a positive kind of take from the documentary? Is there a positive spin on this, saying we've learned a lot?
Well, we learned that we do well in a crisis, and we know how to take action quite well and work together as a team, and the zoo community and like zoo staff, but also Calgarians really helped out, and they wanted to help and volunteer and help us get back on our feet, and so we learned a lot about how quickly we can act, and we saved a lot of animals that night, and we recovered quite well.
And 5 years later, we now have pandas, which are a huge attraction at the zoo, right?
Lemurs too. So the two new exhibits are lemurs and pandas, giant pandas. So yeah, it's a different look to the zoo. Very recognizable still for members, but definitely some new stuff for sure.
All right, the documentary this Sunday at 9 o'clock, Discovery Canada, Alberta Floods, Rogue Earth. And Colleen Baird, of course, you're featured in this because you start to finish.
Start to finish.
This was your crisis that you were helping handle. General Curator for the Calgary Zoo. Always good to chat with you, Colleen. Thank you so much for discussing this.